from the one person 5 emails on a different time about erotic fantasy, right? So that's already an obsession. The person has a very serious intentions, right? And serious intentions. What happens is that usually when people think about erotic photo shoot or have a creative experience, adult experience in a photography studio, they write an email or a call and they send an information, right? What they would like to create and what they would like to shoot. And there are people who with very basic and very standard fantasies. There are people who has just very simple ideas, okay? But there are people who has very complicated things in mind, right? So complicated that this guy who was writing yesterday, he had a fantasy to have love scene, okay? Love scene with a rubber doll. Okay, he was so embarrassed. He was looking for a woman photographer, videographer, because he would like to do a video, and he was embarrassed because he's not able even to tell to a man what he wants. Okay, so that kind of a world we are living, right? There are people who have very special, unique requests. They would like to create very specific things for themselves, and that is intimate, and that is sensual, and that is explicit, right? And most of the time people are quiet, okay, and shy when it is very much explicit, right? There are people who talk about erotic photo shoots and they downgrade their fantasy, okay? They would say that they want something very straightforward or very simple or very basic. They would not even go into details, right? But when you start shooting with them, you understand that they were too much embarrassed to even discuss, you see, adult scenarios, adult fantasies, right? But it's not always the case. There are shy people, there are people who feel awkward in this situation, there are people who are very brave, okay, and straight, and telling the truth, okay? They're not trying to go about it, right? They're telling the truth, what they want, how they want it, right? And like I said, there are standard fantasies. Couples are different. Every adult is a different personality, right? So even I shoot units like couples, they also with a different personality. I never shot the same couple, and I've never created the same photo shoot with two couples. It never happened because energy is different. The feel, the mood, the day is different, the time is different, the preference is different, the things what they like and how they do it is different, okay? It's just different. Yes, we are men and yes, we are women, but we have imagination, okay? And imagination defines us, right? It actually separates us from animals' world because animals just doing it, right? And when people go into that function, when they become an animals just doing it, it's not fun anymore, okay? Because the imagination factor is gone, right? So what we do, we lack of creativity, we lack of impulse, we lack of desire, okay? We lack of risk and adventure, right? And erotic photo shoot, erotic photography, these are the scenes, the moments, the scenarios, that the feelings that you can relive, okay? And not only that you can relive. You see, I'm creating a very specific sessions, and I code my sessions. I believe that every photography is a certain code mix, right? Which carries the information, and you know that I'm right, yeah? Because we can measure the information. We can measure the magnetic field, right? We can measure the electric field. We can measure everything, yeah? We are humans. We're very clever, right? So erotic photo shoot creates a certain intimacy and sexual energy, right? I don't know if anyone measured the sexual energy, but I can tell you that every couple creates a different vibe, okay? They escalate in a different way, okay? They want, someone breaks, some don't want any breaks, okay? Some, like I say, couples, like very recently I shot a couple, Okay, and I can tell you the situation. It was a premium shoot, no limited shoot with the maximum budget. So the person who was paying, of course, the man, the husband, right, sent me a list for the scenes that he would like to create. And he went to this Google, Pinterest, whatever he went, I don't know. But he sent me over 100 of settings with a different lighting, with a different composition, position, like everything is different. Okay, and I'm looking at this file, a huge file, which he thinks that it's a great idea to share what he would like to create, to accomplish. It would take me 2-3 days to shoot it. Okay, and we booked for 2 hours. Seriously, that's the situation. And I'm sitting and thinking, okay, let's do this. And then I'm approaching this couple. I'm saying, have you seen this list? Oh my God, it's going to be a grandiose show today. You're going to show me, guys, because I'm going to film everything. I hope you know, ready for this. And the woman, the wife, she didn't see the list, okay? She was very much, shocked and stuff. But the couple was great. We created a lot of make love, okay, scenarios, a lot of make love scenarios. They were dressing and then undressing, dressing and then undressing, and of course we were shooting action shots, and it was photography and video. And you would not believe this, but in 2-hour session with the changes I've created 1,200 shots, okay, 1,200 shots and 40 minutes videos, which was edited, cut in a certain content the way we agreed. Right, so they had a gallery of video movies, okay, and that is unlimited session because we did not limit ourselves, okay. And when we do not limit, you see, I don't limit myself too. Then I was in shock. I usually create 300 shots in 300, 500 shots, but I went unlimited too, okay, and I just checked what I can do. Right, with myself. Okay, so I love unlimited projects, and I love unique projects. Every couple has a certain obsession about something. Every couple wants to create something. They're unique about something. They somehow connect in a certain way, right? They have a fantasy, they have this, okay? Everyone is different. Some is crazy about outfits, some is crazy about experience, someone wants something new. Okay, and like I say again, I'm going back to unique shots. When you are going to create something, when there is so unique and so strange or so, special, right, that not every studio would create for you, you understand that you are aiming for a unique price too, right? This is, it has to be a balance right there, right? So if you are a single man who would like to make love to the doll in my studio, yesterday one guy sent me a request for a photo shoot. He doesn't have a wife, he wants to bring a doll, okay? And he wants to create love with a doll, and that's a unique situation, right? And that's a unique situation, right? And okay, unique situations have a certain price, and you have to understand this, that the photographers also have a preference, right, on the certain things. And when it's something special, then it will be priced accordingly. I am just telling you now on the video, right? But there are standard shoots, okay, standard shoots. When people want to shoot dressed, okay, that's a very standard shoot, right? When people want to have a photo shoot in lingerie, like underwear, okay, it's a very standard shoot. Okay, we've seen those, right? When people want to have just nude photography, okay, without any sexual energy creation, they just want to have that, okay? That's all standard shoots, and I think they're limited shoots, right? Limited shoot, because if you're coming to a studio where you can create unlimited shoot, but you're still choosing to be dressed, kissing, but to be dressed, right? So you are choosing your limited session, right? And that's fine. Every has their own preference, everyone there has their own choice, okay? But I'm just saying there are tricky clients. There are clients who are choosing dress, who choosing undressed photo shoot, right? Who choosing straight away they want to shoot adult movies, okay, with certain unique fantasies. That's great, okay. But there are clients who would not say what they want, okay. They can't. They are so blocked inside. Okay, they have a great fantasy, maybe wild fantasy. They have maybe crazy ideas in their heads, and they want to shoot, but they're writing me and asking for a photo shoot, and they are not telling me what are going to shoot. Okay, they would like to know the price for an erotic photo shoot, and they're not telling me, okay, what is going to be there for what. Erotic photo shoot, you see, a wild west of the erotic photo shoot is so wild that in the reality there is no school, there is no teacher, there is no university, there is no course who would provide you with the correct information. People who created this service, they created from their own background. Okay, my background is medical. Okay, so I am doing couples therapy. Okay, because I am able to. Okay, I am here to connect my couples with a very interesting source of energy, which are adult models. Okay, couples who are looking for something more. Okay, who are bored, who are in the routine life, who are very long time together, who are in the friend zone, who wants just to, shake off the dust and maybe experiment and push the limits. Erotic photo shoots for couples with a hot and sexy models are available at my studio. This is one of the adventures, but most of the time it's therapy. It's a therapy for couple to go to another energy vibration. And they need that model to be with them, to escalate the relationship, to transform the energy. Okay? It's not the photo shoot that doing it, it's they creating a certain energy. They are shooting photography and video, putting their database into that image, right? So that then they can be, 20 years older, right? And able to come back to the place where they've been, years ago. So erotic photography, it's like memory archive, okay, of your adulthood, of your sensual vibration, of your energy, of your confidence, of your creativity. Right? It's all there. Because when you go to do an erotic photo shoot, okay, it's not being dressed. Right? Important. I know people are looking for very beautiful pictures and so on, beautiful portraits to show people. It's great to have these images, right? There are not many people who own them, right? But I'm talking about what happens after when you take your clothes off. Are you still that graceful? Are you still that beautiful? Are you still feeling the same about you? Because usually when people are taking their clothes off, something happens inside them. Not everyone stays the same. They shy away, they close, they feel embarrassed, they stress about, they're getting nervous, That's what happens to your adult body and adult mind. Different kind of reactions. But like I say, very recently I shot an unlimited shoot for an unlimited budget, unlimitlessly, because I made a lot of content, right? And the couple was healthy because they were excited, okay? They were excited, they were looking forward, they were a little bit nervous, but oh boy, how they performed. Okay, they were so hot with each other. They were so, it's like one. After this, something happened in my head. I realized that people are always looking for a match. When they are single or when they are alone, right, they're looking for their own match. But in this photo shoot, I've seen something else. Actually, I believe now that we are not looking for a match, but we are looking for a part of ourselves, which was fragmented, which came apart. you know, and that's what I've seen in this photo shoot, because this couple was just one part. It's just one female part with the male part combined, but it was a unit, and I shot a unit, and that's why I went so crazy, because I haven't seen these things. It's very rare to see a couple being and performing as a unit, not two people. And that's why I'm thinking now that, you know, the search, when you don't know what you're looking for, it will be endless. You don't have to look for someone to match you. It has to be the same energy like you know? And that is even more mysterious. Don't call me. I'm not taking any calls online. I'm discussing erotic photo shoots. If you would like to ask a question, you can ask a question. I'll take a break when I'm tired, and I will reply. Okay? I don't want anyone calling me. Thank you so much. Right? There is no one here I'm interested to talk to. Okay, so talking about erotic photo shoot and special events, right? Special events. So erotica in general comes from the energy, okay, and it happens in our mind, in imagination. And then we will feel it in our body. We are able to connect through this energy in different ways, right? We know that the sexual energy is an energy of your present and your confidence, right? It's a sexual energy that rules your financial state, right? People who are in the child's energy, they usually do not have money, right? In adult energy, in sexual energy, in the right vibration, you are so confident of who you are that there is no doubt for the others, you know, to recognize you. Okay, that's how it works. Right, sexual energy is also a beginning of everything, right? That's how the world came into this into this 2025, right? We used our sexual energy to multiply and to create, okay? And when I say create, I talk about evolution, right? Evolution, how clever we began using our sexual energy, because sexual energy is cerebral energy. That's how the revolution started. Right, it started in you, okay, and also it's an energy to connect with your partner, right, to create a family, right? So it is very important in adult life to have a certain vibration, to keep it up, right, and to connect, to know to connect with who. And now I'm saying that looking for someone to match you, maybe it's not the right way, because I've spent more than 20 years looking how adults making love, okay, watching, maybe it's the right way to say it. I was watching people how they were doing it, okay, and most of the time they were just doing it. And it's been 20 years, more than 20 years how I've been watching this, and I've learned a lot from this watching, okay? And the most maybe interesting to watch couples, okay? Because when I watch individuals, how they try to do it, how they try to develop their sexual energy, understand themselves, discover themselves, it's still for me a therapy, because I could see every person's limitation, okay, and transformation at the same time, right? That's the main goal of erotic photo shoot. To get that confidence, to go into your body, to connect with yourself, and just understand that this is what you've got. There is no other version. There is no other version, right? You have to live with it. And right now, which is great, right? So erotic photo shoot reminds you that you're still, you know, in shape, intact, in the vibe, okay? Or if it reminds you otherwise, okay, erotica and sexual energy will help you to re-edit yourself, to reinvent yourself, okay, to just change what you don't like. And it's all, you understand that mental energy and emotional energy, that's where it starts, okay? That's where it starts, in feeling, right, how you feel. And when I create erotic photography, I can tell you one thing which I've learned in photography is this: when the person is unhealthy, okay, when the person is scared, shy, feel nervous and awkward, doesn't matter what kind of a feeling, but that's a negative vibration, and he can't be sexy at that time. Okay, he can't create a sexy photography with that vibration when he terrified and scared. Yes, I can take a picture and it's going to be just doing it, right? Just doing it. It is possible to crop the face off and then no one would recognize, just see the genitalia, right? Like, for example, I would take a picture of a scared woman, no one will recognize how she's feeling, that she feels what she feels, right? Just crop the parts that are most attractive, right? We know what are those parts, and no one would know her state. But that's not an erotic photography that I cultivate. I want people to feel it in their body and in their bones, because that's a vibration that everyone can be in and stay in. Most of the people, they are not switching it on or not keeping it on, okay, or don't know when to switch it on and switch it off, right? So erotic photo shoot is that time when you practice this, okay? And there are a lot of times, you know, with women, okay, it's a little bit different, but with men it's not tricky, okay, because the man would come very brave and confident, and he would say, I would like an erotic photo shoot, I would like to take a naked picture, I'm brave, I love my body, I love my life, and I would like to have a great picture for my wife, and you know, and everything is great, right? But then you come to a scene when you have to undress and be naked, and I'm lighting up that person, and that body is not listening, okay? The body is not connected to that energy, to that sexual energy, because there is no erection, okay? So there are different kind of situations, right? But what I'm saying is that adult experience and experience in the studio when you shoot boudoir portraits, nude, explicit photography, make love scenes will expose you, okay? And expose you for your good, right? When you go to a therapy, you will be talking about all these things, what you have in mind, okay? No one takes action in there. This is the only place when there is no talking in a photography, right? You have to do something with your body to express, to create, to move, to go into position, to touch yourself, to touch the other person, to make him feel good, to make yourself feel good. You are making yourself feel good. Why are you not looking this way? Why I don't feel this? The camera doesn't capture this. You have to try harder. You know, it's not working. Try again. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, you see, it's better. You know, I am talking in a photo shoot, right? There is no one else talking. So sexuality has to be presented, right? It's not about talking. So how you present yourself, how you show yourself, you really want it, right? And like I say, with woman is one way, woman can fake these things, okay? But the woman can feel the woman. So with me, it's different. You see, people are able to relax and people are able to open up and have an intimate conversation, right? And every time when we go to a studio to shoot something more, and I mean when people are undressing, we are taking time and discussing this in detail so that I know what I'm shooting. I don't want any surprises, right? So I'm trying to go into details, but you know, the photo shoot is a life mechanism. It's a freestyle. Everyone can change. Suddenly you would like to go to the toilet, so you would go, right? Or suddenly you feel thirsty because you've been sweating a lot, right? So you would go and have a drink. Or suddenly you think you feel this outfit is too tight and you need to maybe change. Or suddenly the photo shoot is a life experience, and many things can happen, and even if we plan things, we can change it up, right? And many times I love changing up because the change come initiated from a couple. When couple suddenly feels that this is what they should be doing, Okay, and that's the most amazing thing, because it means that they're feeling themselves. Julia, for example, said that, okay, we are going on this couch and we are doing whatever we're doing, I don't know, blow session, for example, a blow steen. We're doing a blow steen, and then they start doing a blow steen, and then suddenly they feel that they need to do something else. That's what the rebel energy is about, that you are going into your specific sexual mode, and then couple standing up, and then they changing the position, and then they doing something else the way they feel, the way they supposed to. That's their genetics, that's their coding happens. Okay, so that's when I feel that this is the moment which is something special happens. They taking charge, they taking lead into their life, they know what they want, and they know, they're taking to achieve this. So I am there as the escalator of a situation, right? Distractor, maybe, right? Someone who will help, or someone who will push someone, That's what I'm doing in the studio, you see? But like I say, erotic photo shoot is about clients expressing themselves. They do not talk. Okay, we have a consultation before the shoot. When they go into the studio and stand in front of the lights, they have to do something. This is the only thing what I'm shooting, when they are making and creating with their body something. It's not me doing it. They have to go into that mode and into that mood and make me those teens. Mode and into that mood and make me those teens. So that's what is going on in erotic photo shoots. There are very standard and simple projects, okay, and there are very, very unique and wild and crazy and special projects, right? Standard shoots, I price it one way, and unique and special projects, I price it in the other way. Okay, that's what I do. But in my studio, there is an individual session fee and couple session fee, and then we can just go crazy during the photo shoot and upgrade it to the level that, to say, maybe you never imagine it. Again, there are people who would think that I would do something minimalistic. I will just do something. But when they go to the shoot, when they undress and when they feel great, they feel like they are going to do much more than that. And then they saying, Julia, can we try this? And I'm saying, yeah, Julia, maybe we can shoot. Or how about this, Julia? And then they start creating, okay? And this mini shoot then become half-day shoot. I once had 1 hour shoot extended to 6 hours solid. And I didn't go to pee or to have any lunch or anything, okay? Because that's how crazy it went. Right? So there are different kind of events and different things can happen. And very often people will write me an email, not even telling what they're shooting, how many people, what's going on and so on. Telling, hi, hello, Julia, can we know how much the photo shoot cost? And I'm thinking, what I should price, And very often it would surprise me, because I always think, oh, this is a couple. Oh, this is someone. And then they saying, it's 5 people coming. Okay, and I'm like, okay, 5 people? You see, so there are different kind of photo shoots. For me, even if I would try, I could guess, but believe me, I also miss in my guess. So I would request everyone to send me a full-on form filled, so that I know what age they are, okay, what the situation they are, is it the first time or not, what they want, photography or video, for how long, do they need a makeover, do they want some editing professional, do they want maybe albums, or maybe do they want to hire a hot and sexy model to add to their shoot. There are so many things to think about and talk about, and that's where the discussion starts, okay? And then we can price everything when we had a full discussion what we're going to make, not before, okay? Right, thank you so much for this live, and have a good day, everyone. Bye. Oh, let me check the questions. Let me check the questions. Do I have questions? Yes, I do some questions. I just wanted to leave you straight away. Okay, let me check. First of all, hi again, everyone. Hi again, hi again. One new message. Okay, if it's one. Well, thank you for all your highs. Hi, hello, highs, hi, hi, highs. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, 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 hello, 3 messages. Okay, where are those messages? Okay, let me just quickly. Okay, I'm replying to questions about erotic photo shoots. Hi, hello. I don't see the messages. Oh my gosh, I'm scrolling endlessly here. Hi, hello. What is this? No, no, no. Hi, hello, hi again. Everyone is hi. Thank you for joining. I mean, thank you for your emojis, right? I would need to take time to figure it out. It's the messages, but I see the hearts, which I can send you the hearts back. Okay, that's what I can send you. Are you Punjabi? What is this question? I am replying questions about erotic photo shoots. Okay? If you cannot ask that, then something related. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Okay, there are no questions. There are a lot of guys who are very shy. Okay, very shy. You should be coming to my channel. I've started a new channel. Okay, on Telegram, right? On Telegram, if you find my account Julia Winter Studio, right, on my profile there should be a link to my channel. It's called Eros channel. There we will discuss about erotic photography for singles, for couples, for dating, mature, for modeling. Okay, we will discuss erotic fantasies, and of course it's a very huge and big topic for couples. Okay, couples, what couples shoot, what couples do. They do photography, they do videos, they do. Good morning from San Diego. Okay, good morning. It's lunchtime in London. I'm saying hi from London. Okay, that's very interesting. I know, I know, I know. I should be every day talking about this. Okay, and bringing the awareness about sexuality and the connection, right? Your adulthood to you. Okay, it's through that energy, right? And if you want, I can tell you even more. Okay, so we have an ego which grows with us in a childhood, right? When we go into adulthood, we have other people living in there. Okay, besides the ego, we have alter egos. Okay, and some are friends, some are not. Okay, they are energies. I would call them demons because they cause a lot of addictions and obsessions. Our preference in our sexual life and erotic fantasies is related to our alter egos. Okay, yeah. And erotica in general, it's the process, right, which is created from sexual energy, and it's a mental repair. You've been fixed during that time, okay, when you practice erotica, right? I can talk about this more and later, maybe even. Oh, I'm in the process hiring someone to do my social media, so you will be seeing me more. Okay, but I need to talk to people, right, and tell them more. What erotica can do for them, right? Understanding, learning this. Okay, being in this energy, being in this vibration, right? What it does. Okay, let me quickly finish scrolling. Can upper lip touch nose? I'm discussing so important topics, and there is someone sitting there and measuring how my tongue can reach the nose. Can you imagine? Talking about people is very interesting. Okay, I can tell you how I divide people. I divide people in 3 categories. So the first category where you are at the stage. You are loading every day into the same game, and you are a robot, a machine who operates by the systems and is included in a very big system. Yeah, the universe is a huge system, and we are very tiny system, but inside of us there are a lot of systems, right? There is a digestive system, there is a nerve system, right? We breathe, we go to loo, yeah, we do. There are a lot of systems in there, right? Reproduction system, so many, right? So we are system in the system, living in the system. How amazing to think this way, okay? And so we are on the stage, and we are stage people. And we are stage people playing with certain people on that stage, which are very close, right? Then what happens is that we let go people. And when we let go of people, sometimes we forget them, sometimes we remember them, but they are off-stage people. And then when you go to the shops, or you go to the airport, or you go to the park, or whatever you go, you would see other people which are not related to you. They are background people. They are entertaining you. They are sending you certain information. Everything is talking to you and providing you information. And in general, I remember myself when I've graduated. You see, I've studied, I graduated 2 medical universities, and I'm supposed to be a doctor. But after I've graduated, I was still lost and confused. You see, even if we go through the system, and that I'm saying education system, we go into the job system, work systems, right? So we move from one system to the other. I was constantly confused where I belong. You know, constantly was looking who I am, what I supposed to be, who I supposed to be, and I was searching for myself for a really long time. I couldn't find a profession that I like, because you see, erotic photographer was not available at the time when I was looking. You know, and that was 30 years ago. I was looking. I did not know it existed. You see, so cool, right? So I had to change the country, because in my country I would not be successful. I would not be continuing my career, you know. So that's the thing, right? So now I'm based in London for more than 20 years, okay? And I found myself, and I understand, okay? I understand why people need art, because this is the only way they can charge their energy as a robot, as a machine, and understand where to take that energy source, how to use it, okay? Through art, because art makes you feel something. Right? And when I talk about erotica, and when I talk about my erotic photography or erotic videos, I can say distinctively that shooting adult content for business, for money, for fame, when people are expressing their emotions, not even the emotions, you know, it's very hard to say they really want money. They really want to make money, you know, in adult business. Some of them really want to be famous. Okay, but that's a different sexual energy vibration, which I feel it in my studio through my body. It's a different. When couple in the studio, when they make love through their genuine connection, through the passion, through desire, through wanting each other, it's a different energy field. Okay, so this database I value even more. Okay, and that's why I am here, for you to show it, because I have not seen. You see, I came from the broken family, and most of the relationship that I've seen along my way through my life was unhappy relationships, you know. So I had to go to couples photography to see them, to actually recognize that energy, to meet that energy at last. And they were coming from around the world, bringing themselves to my studio to show who they are, to experiment. These are very unique couples who become braver much sooner than you. You maybe will never try this in this life. You will come back to the next life. There will be a time for you to go through that evolution, right? This is something inside you. Erotica, it's a transformation happening through a photography and a photographer, right? If the photographer is a very skilled artist, it's able to connect with the higher source and then display you in the all possible ways that it's necessary for you to see yourself. Transformation only happens when you know all the data. You can't change when you don't know what to change. So erotic photography will show you in all the ways, shapes, colors possible, any energy that you've translated at that moment will be accessible to you. And I can tell you something. What I mean by that, accessible to you. Imagine you are making love and thinking, I don't know what you're thinking about your motorcycle, how you need to, I don't know, fix it or whatever, right? And I'm taking a picture of that, how you suddenly drift out from the scene and you lost yourself in a different thought. Let's say, it's stupid maybe example, but let's say, and I'm telling you, I have no idea that you're thinking about a motorcycle while you with your wife, right? But when you will see that picture, which I've taken off, you will understand that the energy and the data is there, because when you will get that moment into your head, it's already recorded. You will see that picture and you will remember exactly that moment when I am there and you are thinking about that motorcycle. That's what I'm saying, it's data. I'm not just taking a pictures. I am recording a very important energetical coding, and I am able to give it to you to store it into your archive. When you are getting older, you can get back to that resource of your energy and of your data. And if somewhere on the way you will get ill, okay? Imagine, somewhere on the way you get ill, you get some kind of a scary disease, right? You will have your data, which is recorded with you in a certain way, in the certain environment when you are actually most exposed, right, most vulnerable, which is an erotic photo shoot. There is no other moment in life, okay, when you will be most exposed, unless you're an adult performer and you are undressing in front of, public, right? Usually people don't perform these things. Even if they go to doctors, they don't perform their sexual, fantasies in front of the doctors, right? So I can tell you, this moment in erotic photography, in erotic session with me and you is gonna be so unique and so special that the person not only remember for a lifetime, for the all lifetimes, and it will be imprinted in your genes, and it will be passed on this information to other generations. It's very serious. It's very serious what you do. The camera, okay, it's a mirror. It will give you all the information back, reflected to you. And I am a very good inflictor, I'm inflict the situation and inflict the feeling. That's what I can do, You can be very calm and very relaxed. And then Julia would tell you what to do. Take that prop or something. I have that feeling, I get this information coming what I should say to everyone. I have that feeling, I get this information coming what I should say to everyone. I never the content, go into depending on the couple. Actually, there are very heavy energy couples and there are easy energy couples. When I say heavy energy, I'm not able to look at their files for 2 or 3 days for me, because I need to ventilate that experience from my body, right? But there are very easy couples when I just can straight away end in the same evening photo shoots with them, right? What we've created. So in terms of the energy, people also carry different weight, okay? And most of the time, people who come to do an erotic photo shoot, they need energy. They're looking for, okay? So they're one way they're trying to escalate it even more, even higher, because they want to know the limit okay, to what is the excess, how it feels like, okay, and that's what erotic photo shoot does. It stimulates them a lot of times more than they could do it by themselves, right? So that's what they're looking for, and the others come on the very low energy, okay, and we start creating erotic photo shoot from nothing, right? Like I say, when there is no sexual energy, people I feel doubt, people I feel nervous, people are not they don't want to undress. They feel something is wrong with them. There is, like so many things that, how to say, they don't like and against. And what if this, oh my gosh, or what if this happened, or what if I not perform, I don't look good, or I have wrinkles, or I have fat, or, I have a small size, or there are a million reasons why not to see yourself, why not to confront yourself and not to know this. Okay, and there is just a certain level of people who actually click on this and they understand that this information, they need to evolve to go to another level to understand what's happening with them, who they are, what they are. They grow up. The same information they would need when they are in the relationship. Sometimes after photo shoot, people split up. Very small percentage. But I know this, okay, because people are coming back to shoot erotic photography and I know that they've separated. Okay, I know. And this is something, what is the best thing? So basically what happens is when you're very close, you don't see yourself, don't see your partner and so on. Sometimes you live in a relationship where you're not supposed to be. And when you go and do a photo shoot, it's very much visible. You see from the side that there is nothing left, for that person. Sometimes you're just living because of the, habits. As a machine, you get used to. Right? So that's the thing. So erotica and erotic photography, it's a new medium that can help adults to understand who they are, to accept themselves, to start looking at themselves, okay? And what I mean, erotica, looking at myself, looking at your development, looking at your feelings, looking at your sensations, looking at your fantasies, looking at what you want and get pleasure, satisfaction, what you fancy, and so on. There are so